This guy's supposed to be from Queens, bro.
Let me come fucked up experience.
You take him off the corner.
What I'm saying is I know a couple of exes that fucking throw me under the bus.
You should let him have the corner. None of this would have happened if you let him have the corner. Would have been fine.
You know there's some like opportunists. They'll just throw out the fucking.
But that's what I'm saying. You had to have something. Look, if you already interacted with the person, right?
Some claims emerge
and
not from
you
harm,
hadn't
but
had a
from
bad
resistance.
experience.
Proximity to fame.
It would take more for them to say some of the shit that you see these people say. Right? Like, you go, what made you do? What made you? Even when we part ways, and because a lot of times when we interact with people, they don't necessarily. They're not just having fun for tonight. They think we're leading into this hardcore relationship that may not materialize. Right. So I see what you're saying, where they can look and go, well, look, you met the girl in 2003. You hung out with her. You had a good time after the show with 30 girls there. You just went and y'all hung out, right? And y'all just part ways, right? So there's no negative things between it, but she can look up at the TV now and you've been a success since then. Feel like that's my life. I was supposed to be there and be upset with you and say something. But will it have any merit to it?
If I gotta keep
that
it real,
woman hasn't been
you ain't always have the most amicable breakups. Do you remember where I think it's your baby moms, where it's like she was kind of speaking out, and then all of a sudden the house just got burnt down.
Yeah, but you know it happens. Left eye. She burned the house down.
This nigga is crazy. That's what I was saying.
No, my God, he goes, wow. So I know how you feel about me now. No. He's going. He's great. So he saw me right the match.
I want my block back.
He goes, look, I have faith in our just justice.
I'm a civilian
I believe
now.
there will be consequences connected to the behaviors and actions that this brother is talking about.
Oh my goodness, man.
Why is that a part of his thought process today while we're here having a good time?
That's a good point.
Look, you do have people that really, look, when you break up with them, they don't care about you anymore.
Yeah.
So they'll say things and you go, yeah, but it doesn't hold merit. It doesn't have any.
Participation without ownership can feel hollow. Celebration replaces protest. Visibility gets mistaken for progress, and in that exchange, pride risks being traded for ratings. In that moment, two sharply contrasting models of leadership came into focus. One model defined by presence, direct engagement, visible alignment, constant proximity to the audience. The other shaped by distance, insulation, selective appearances, controlled elevation. Proximity versus mystique. Access versus aura. Within a culture rooted in shared struggle, the question lingers: which model sustains authentic influence? And which quietly creates separation once success is secured? Silence, especially from those at the top, can shape perception as strongly as any headline. When no clarification arrives, observers often assume alignment where none may formally exist. Left unchecked, assumption hardens into accepted narrative. Then a seemingly lighthearted online moment shifted the tone. Jay-Z at a film premiere. 4. A screenshot circulated showing Jay-Z attending a film premiere with his family. The timing triggered jokes, speculation, rapid commentary across platforms. At first glance, the image was framed as deliberate, projecting composure, stability, unity amid noise. A silent message without words. Later, it became clear the appearance had been scheduled long before the surrounding controversy. But by then, the narrative had already accelerated. Because in public life, perception travels faster than clarification. And once an image attaches itself to a broader storyline, neutrality becomes nearly impossible to restore. The moment stops being about scheduling. It becomes symbolism. And symbolism, once absorbed into the public imagination, rarely asks for context.
When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. No, those fucking
was wondering
trophies.
what you
Those
talking
fucking
about.
trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, listen. If you look at his career,
This guy.
Oh, wow. You're gonna let him say that? You're gonna let him say that?
Jay was getting Grammys.
You're gonna let him say
he
that?
had one.
Exactly.
He had
And
one.
he ain't show up.
No, he has like 20 now.
Hold on.
He had like 18 since he been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
Hold on.
You're not wrong.
He was
At
one.
the same time.
After that, he got them shits. He started drinking. His pictures with him like fucking things to cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
Absolutely, he's been treated differently.
The accolades.
Because
Because he's
from the
no
marriage.
longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
Right? You were connected to the biggest.
Jay got it for the
Doing
music.
brunch,
Jay got it for the
oh,
music.
no, I know, I'm saying shit you didn't see.
Nah, he deserved those.
I'm sitting there, it's like this, like Black excellence. They're sitting there like, yeah. It's the billionaire brunch. You're like,
hate you, man.
unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you niggas this year. Yeah. Come on, bro.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
He just looking at his watch during the whole Rock Nation break. Like, is it 3:30
Yeah, it's almost time to get out.
What the fuck is that?
Yo, I feel like I'm normal again. Get me out of here.
For years, the narrative of friction between 50 Cent and Jay-Z didn't explode all at once. It surfaced in pieces, a coded bar here, a subtle interview remark there, a subliminal that fans dissected for weeks. Over time, repetition gave those fragments weight, and speculation slowly hardened into accepted history, even when the original source was blurred. This documentary doesn't recycle that mythology. It re-examines the timeline through documented events, business decisions, and public positioning. It shifts the focus from gossip to structure, from personality to philosophy. Both men helped define an era of rap dominance, but they advanced through fundamentally different blueprints. One weaponized disruption. He understood that visibility could be engineered through pressure, that confrontation could amplify relevance, that chaos, when controlled, could generate leverage. For him, friction wasn't a side effect. It was an instrument. Every clash carried strategic value. The other, master.
Even though Jay Lawyer came out and said it now.
Because Jay-Z and Puff was given an assignment. And that was to destroy East Coast rap. And what I mean by that, and I know people gonna be like, yo, Gene is out of his mind and everything like that. Check this out, bro. Is that New York rappers was getting 80 to 100, 800 to 1.2 or some larger than that, and to sign with labels back then. And they was getting a lot of money to make albums and records. When they had guys down south that these labels was paying $250,000, $300,000 on record deals, and these guys was bringing back platinum albums and everything like that. So what they had to do was they had to keep New York rappers down. That's one reason, other than the Irv Gotti shit that 50 was going through and the poison they was putting in about 50, he had to go elsewhere to California or with Jay and not with Dre and Eminem to get a deal. They did not want East Coast rappers to get big. They were suppressing all new artists that was coming out of New York. Jay and Diddy was doing that. That's why when I heard your story, because I knew this for a long time, but when I heard Dame Dash that Jay wouldn't sign off on nothing, Jay wouldn't do this and Jay would that, because he couldn't let a Cameron blow up. He couldn't let an East Coast rapper like Beanie Siegel blow up. Because him and Diddy was giving that deal, we gotta keep these East Coast rappers down. Because down south rappers, Cash Money, No Limit, Ludacris and them, they was taking little money and bringing back more money.
Accumulation. He built quietly, stacking influence through partnerships, equity, and executive positioning. Instead of amplifying noise, he minimized exposure. Instead of public sparring, he prioritized institutional access. The power didn't flash. It consolidated. This isn't simply the story of two artists who didn't get along. It's a case study in competing systems. Two models of dominance operating within the same ecosystem. One disruptive and kinetic, the other calculated and insulated. One expanding through confrontation. The other stabilizing through control. And power, at its highest level, rarely needs to shout. It becomes infrastructure. It embeds itself so deeply that it feels permanent. So the central question was never about lyrical tension or old interviews. It's whether the so-called feud was ever rooted in emotion, or whether it was always a collision between two architectures of influence, each attempting to define how power in the industry should actually function.
Jay-Z, you're just like Diddy. I can't stand your arrogant, condescending attitude. Nicki posted a video of you wearing a pink wig, and I retweeted it. Nothing more. You deserved it. Everyone knows about our feud. It's been going on for over 20 years. I've seen all your manipulation in the industry, from power struggles to cultural control. In 2015, when Tidal launched, Nicki helped you build it from nobody to a successful platform, and you immediately pocketed her $7.9 million in royalties. Lil Wayne was qualified for the Super Bowl, but you kicked him out of personal grudges. How is that any different from Diddy forcing his artists to sign unfair contracts? Just because Nicki didn't align with him, he resorts to this kind of suppression. You're truly despicable. What's even more interesting is that right after I showed him and his father's photo in the documentary Sean Combs: The Reckoning, you immediately had your lawyer send me a warning letter saying I overstepped my bounds. When you wrote the lyrics to exonerate Diddy back then, why didn't you think about today? You say the film is malicious slander, but why don't you dare sue me for defamation? Because all the evidence I have is true. I haven't finished reporting the witnesses in my documentary, and I haven't released all the Tidal profit sharing documents. If you know what's good for you, pay back what you owe Nicki with interest. Don't wait until I make Jay-Z Reckoning 2, by which time even Beyonce's PR team won't be able to save you.
Jay goes, let's get it straight. Nobody's just afraid of 50 Cent.
I want everyone to be clear. No one's scared of 50 Cent.
Well, at that point, his safe presentation, even the glasses, what the glasses represent? Intelligence, right? A nerd, maybe. What are some of the things that come along with you being a nerd? Like, don't hit a guy before he's not identifying with the transition and difference and the perception of Jay-Z. Now he's really safe, and people feel comfortable with him because they know he's not going to do anything inappropriate or try not to. Meanwhile, when he's saying he's not afraid of 50 Cent, why would you have to make that clear when no one's...
They think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, and when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip-hop culture could think that everybody in hip-hop culture is with that shit.
So by you, you're good, bro. You're fucking good.
Yeah.
He's protecting hip-hop.
Yeah.
If you don't speak out and make them the weirdos, then they're gonna think everybody's
Every
like
single
that.
person is like that involved in hip-hop culture.
Makes you think, did Jay do it?
Shut up. He's in trouble. We live in New York, bro.
No.
We live here.
No,
Free Jay-Z.
I'm just saying.
Shout out Mufasa. We all gonna go and support. Yo, we can all see. You are crazy. That was the craziest thing. I literally.
What's the lady at Rock Nation? I gotta send her these.
You don't feel like that happened the same day, bro. What's the day came out the day before, the next day?
I was eating Raisin Bran. Okay, I'm eating Raisin Bran. I got my daughter in my arm. I'm scrolling, right? I see somebody screenshot your shit is Jay and the whole family at the Mufasa fair, and then the comment is 50 Cent. Jay said, they said I the 13-year-old. Let's go watch Mufasa.
Everybody get dressed. We're going to see Mufasa right now. I just think it was a good look, like angling yourself as
a family man.
Yes.
But they had to go to the premiere,
that
bro.
was planned already. I'm
They had to go to the premiere.
And I realized that later, but I'm just saying to you, I haven't seen him in a long time. That's all I'm saying. When I hadn't seen him in a long time, and then I heard this shit, and then I looked and I saw Mufasa, I said, whoa. That's all that fucking happened, bro. You think this is at my phone? This is my phone. This is happening at real time. I'm going, yo. He said, yo.
You just gotta say everyone gets these jokes, bro. That's what you gotta say.
Yeah, no.
Rappers, listen, comedians are the new rappers, bro. That's
why
the
do
thing.
people come to my page?
That's true.
I know what I'm saying.
You know what they say?
That is true.
Well, you don't think you're gonna happen next? Yeah, that's what they say to me, buddy. Well, you're next, buddy.
It will outgross Diddy's documentary. If Beyonce sends me a legal letter on behalf of Jay-Z, I remind her to stay quiet. This is a dispute between men, and she has no right to interfere. I have to let everyone see the true face of Jay-Z. Jay-Z and Diddy have been longtime friends, and their business dealings never stopped. He frequently attends Diddy's parties, so why do people think he's innocent? Jay-Z and Diddy got involved in the same case in 2024, where a victim claimed she was assaulted by both Jay-Z and Diddy. I remember Jay-Z saying these were all rumors and that he was defending Diddy. But ironically, Diddy got arrested in 2025. And there's enough evidence to count his crimes on one hand. I've known him for 20 years, and I know how many bad things they've done behind the scenes. After Jay-Z founded his company, he repeatedly got into copyright disputes. In 1999, he was convicted of third-degree assault and served time in prison. He was unfaithful to Beyonce, and he was caught by Beyonce's sister. I think everyone has seen the footage of him getting beaten up in the elevator. I've already gathered the evidence, and I'm going to give Jay-Z a surprise.
Oh, yo, before I forget this, we talked about Jay. Proximity to Diddy. You don't think he knew anything? He's seemingly around Diddy.
I don't know. That was a real suburb question.
Yeah, I know, right? Proximity.
And proximity.
Proximity. That's the SAT hit parade word. I had to learn that.
Do you think he fucking knew all of the shit that was going on? Yeah, that was like a...
I don't want to incriminate myself.
I know, but the way he said it...
Like I said...
No matter how you answer that shit, you snitching.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a nice kind of...
That was nice. You asked the question like a fan.
He said, hey, I grew up with white people. There's one thing I know is how to get a black guy in trouble.
But it's a great question.
Yo, just give him the Happy Meal before you ask him to snitch, bro.
He said, damn, they wasn't even drinking.
Speaking of, how the hell you pronounce
Lechemindewa.
Okay.
It's the King's Path.
King's Path.
Because I know Branson. That's the one I pronounce.
Branson. That's the Branson lifestyle. You're going to be outside.
Biff, you're not worried that if you throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way? Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up?
I don't got that shit in my past.
Everybody got a little bit.
Look,
like, not that it's real
no,
enough. But
I took a pill. But it was for me to perform better. For her to remember, buddy. I didn't fucking give her a drink so she forget what the fuck happened. What the fuck is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the drink. I gave me the fucking drug to perform. So she can remember and possibly love me for that.
Did it work?
What the fuck? Yo, bro, look, I'm doing pretty good. Like, doing pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm just saying, this is the opposite of normal shit that we're talking about, bro.
That is why.
All right. Do you need anything? None of the people that have vocalized that another man, and to me, again, that whole conversation's a bit feminine. But if you're gonna say some shit like that, you should have actually done something to help the problem. But I never got the call from Ray saying, do you need anything? And anyone else that I've ever given, paid a bill, paid their rent, paid their college, any dollar, not one person, and I don't want them to, because they know I'm all right. But not one person has called and said, yo, could I send you something to help? But I don't need the help. But if you're going to talk about it, be about it. But to me, that's just a jab when you tell and promote a false narrative and say that I'm in such a bad place that another dude should help me. and that my tail's in between my legs to the extent because of a lawsuit that I would actually take that money. I'm a man. I don't want nobody to give me nothing but the opportunity to do what I gotta do, and I don't see no opportunity. I don't want to perform for the Super Bowl. I'm not all right with the NFL. I'm still mad it ain't no black owners. We went from kneeling to being happy when we could perform for them. That wasn't what I was about. I was about ownership of our own league and taking pride in that. I'm not a court jester for everybody else to get good ratings. I know what we're being used for, and I'm not cool with that. So it's a big deal is to jump on a stage for a bunch of white owners? No, that's embarrassing to me. It's a spectacle. They're laughing at us. Like being patted on the back by another culture is not how I judge my success. Only person that has the audacity to pat me on my back is my family. And they better, I'd be like, you better chill out. I don't want no pats on the back. I don't play that. I'm not in the patty pat club. On no level.
I feel you. But speaking of the NFL, I know right now Nicki Minaj, she calling out Jay. And I know Colin Kaepernick's wife, she called out Jay saying that, Jay did her husband wrong. But I don't know. I don't know the backstory behind that, man. But I know it's going, viral right now on social media. But I do want to ask you, how do you feel about the NFL?
Participation without ownership can feel hollow. Celebration replaces protest. Visibility gets mistaken for progress. And in that exchange, pride risks being traded for ratings. In that moment, two sharply contrasting models of leadership came into focus. One model defined by presence, direct engagement, visible alignment, constant proximity to the audience. The other shaped by distance, insulation, selective appearances, controlled elevation. Proximity versus mystique, access versus aura. Within a culture rooted in shared struggle, the question lingers, which model sustains authentic influence? And which quietly creates separation once success is secured? Silence, especially from those at the top, can shape perception as strongly as any headline. When no clarification arrives, observers often assume alignment where none may formally exist. Left unchecked, assumption hardens into accepted narrative. Then a seemingly lighthearted online moment shifted the tone. Jay-Z at a film premiere. 4. A screenshot circulated showing Jay-Z attending a film premiere with his family. The timing triggered jokes, speculation, rapid commentary across platforms. At first glance, the image was framed as deliberate, projecting composure, stability, unity amid noise. A silent message without words. Later, it became clear the appearance had been scheduled long before the surrounding controversy. But by then, the narrative had already accelerated. Because in public life, perception travels faster than clarification. And once an image attaches itself to a broader storyline, neutrality becomes nearly impossible to restore. The moment stops being about scheduling. It becomes symbolism. And symbolism, once absorbed into the public imagination, rarely asks for context. Participation without ownership can feel hollow. Celebration replaces protest. Visibility gets mistaken for progress. And in that exchange, pride risks being traded for ratings. In that moment, two sharply contrasting models of leadership came into focus. One model defined by presence, direct engagement, visible alignment, constant proximity to the audience. The other shaped by distance, insulation, selective appearances, controlled elevation. Proximity versus mystique, access versus aura. Within a culture rooted in shared struggle, the question lingers, which model sustains authentic influence? And which quietly creates separation once success is secured? Silence, especially from those at the top, can shape perception as strongly as any headline. When no clarification arrives, observers often assume alignment where none may formally exist. Left unchecked, assumption hardens into accepted narrative. Then a seemingly lighthearted online moment shifted the tone. Jay-Z at a film premiere. 4. A screenshot circulated showing Jay-Z attending a film premiere with his family. The timing triggered jokes, speculation, rapid commentary across platforms. At first glance, the image was framed as deliberate, projecting composure, stability, unity amid noise. A silent message without words. Later, it became clear the appearance had been scheduled long before the surrounding controversy. But by then, the narrative had already accelerated. Because in public life, perception travels faster than clarification. And once an image attaches itself to a broader storyline, neutrality becomes nearly impossible to restore. The moment stops being about scheduling. It becomes symbolism. And symbolism, once absorbed into the public imagination, rarely asks for context. Participation without ownership can feel hollow. Celebration replaces protest. Visibility gets mistaken for progress. And in that exchange, pride risks being traded for ratings. In that moment, two sharply contrasting models of leadership came into focus. One model defined by presence, direct engagement, visible alignment, constant proximity to the audience. The other shaped by distance, insulation, selective appearances, controlled elevation. Proximity versus mystique, access versus aura. Within a culture rooted in shared struggle, the question lingers: which model sustains authentic influence? And which quietly creates separation once success is secured? Silence, especially from those at the top, can shape perception as strongly as any headline. When no clarification arrives, observers often assume alignment where none may formally exist. Left unchecked, assumption hardens into accepted narrative. Then a seemingly lighthearted online moment shifted the tone. Jay-Z at a film premiere. 4. A screenshot circulated showing Jay-Z attending a film premiere with his family. The timing triggered jokes, speculation, rapid commentary across platforms. At first glance, the image was framed as deliberate, projecting composure, stability, unity amid noise. A silent message without words. Later, it became clear the appearance had been scheduled long before the surrounding controversy. But by then,